Several of you have asked how to use Google Scholar. Just a couple of caveats before I get started. I'm not trying to advertise or get you to use Google as a platform necessarily. Academic Search Premier is an excellent search engine, as is EBSCOhost, and somehow I think they're related. JSTOR, I don't personally use JSTOR because a lot of the stuff requires you to have paid access that's not included in your student tuition fees, which your access to Google Scholar, EBSCOhost, Academic Search Premier, and I'm trying to remember the other open access one that a lot of dissertations are held on, and it's not coming to me right now. But I find that one to be a little overwhelming. I'll just say that it's just too much stuff. So the reason I personally like Google Scholar is that it looks like Google and it acts like Google, and I use that a lot. And so that's why I particularly personally use it. You can use whichever search engine you want. It'll be pretty similar. So there's two different ways to get there. The first one is to go to kennesaw.edu, and then you'd have to go to academics, and then to libraries. I think that's it right there. And there you are. The other one, if you don't want to remember that, is just if you see up over here in the top, in the bar, library.kennesaw.edu, and that you just skip two steps. So library.kennesaw.edu. Now, this tool called Super Search you can use, and Kennesaw claims that you are kind of going through all of the search engines that are included with KSU, and that's fine. You can do that. I prefer to go to Google Scholar once again because it looks and acts like Google. So you go to find a database, you go to G for Google, and then you find Google Scholar right here. And then you're going to have to enter your net ID and your password. And then you're going to log in. Oops. But you do it right the next time. Let me try that one more time. And look, we're in Google Scholar. And so it's straight up, do you see what I mean? It just looks like Google. So I want to find out about English learners and bilingual education. Oops, I'm nervous and not typing right. Bilingual education. Boom. And then a bunch of documents come up. Now, let me make this bigger. If it were me, I would look, like I'm trying to make your paper easier. I would look for PDF, ones that have PDFs, because then you know that you can just click on it and get a PDF that you can either download to your device or print if you hate trees. And I'm just kidding about that. Sorry. So you look and you start scrolling through, and it works just like Google. I would prefer, by the way, that you try to find what are called peer-reviewed articles. So I look at this one, and it's a Wiley. So let's see if I clicked on it, or I could just actually click over here on the PDF. This is published in Reading Research Quarterly, which is a peer-reviewed journal, which means other scholars in the field have looked at it. And any academic journal is going to be that way. And what I mean by this is that instead of Edutopia or some other blog or something like this. But here's the abstract. If I want the PDF, I just click on it. And once again, I can read it here. If it applies, great. I can download it or print it. So download or print, right? Or if I hate it, I can just go back. Now, just like Google, the search terms that you enter are super important. And so you're going to look at English learners, ELLs. Another hip term is emerging bilinguals. And then whatever your topic of choice is, whether it's English learners and poverty, English learners, family engagement, English learners, LGBTQ, and you'll find articles. You want at least five that are related to your topic from outside of the class, which you'll find here. And you want at least five from inside the class, which you'll find in our course readings. And that's how you'll work on your final paper. So that's my quick tour, and I hope that that helped. Please comment if you want, if you have any other questions. But it's really simple, and like once again, key is the search terms, and the other key is just getting into it, which you now know how to do. So I hope this answers your questions and was a fun tour. Okay, bye.